All right, welcome to my stream. My name is Jared O'Leary, and today I'm going to be practicing some tenors. And there's a cable that moved right in my way. Don't do that. It's funny. I was like, what's that? All right, so I've been playing drums for over 20 years. Most of it has been rudimental and concert percussion and a little bit on drum kit, which if you saw yesterday's stream, I'm still trying to get better at that. But then again, I'm trying to get better at everything. I'm practicing publicly, so you're going to see a lot of mistakes. You're going to hear me talk about how I'm trying to work through different things. And I'm going to be using a ton of different resources, which are found for free on my website, jaredoleary.com. And right now, there are 1,200 hours of drumming content on here. Play-alongs, live stream recordings, little tips, all sorts of things to keep you busy for quite some time. I'm specifically going to be working on some different Flam accent stuff. I'm going to be doing some crossovers today. First, I'm going to warm up, then I'm going to stretch and massage, then I'll do a little post warm-up, and then I'll actually get into the Flam accent stuff. So we're going to start off, and we're going to do warm up with some float drag variations, and I'm going to warm up with the Flam 5 variation. Okay. So in the description of every one of these videos, you can go to the timestamp. I can't speak this morning. Wake up, brain. And you can jump to any BPM you want. So I'm going to jump to here. I don't hear anything. Interesting. So I think the audio is coming into the wrong one. Let me fix that real quick. Beep, 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 dee, dee. Is this the right one? No. Is this the right one? Yay! All right, let's try this again. Yay! Sound. Thumb came off the stick. And I'm going to go 5 clicks at a time rather than 1 click as it's written in here. So I'm going to go to 125. Just trying to get my hands warmed up, ready to go. Cool, that's what I wanted. My thumb came off a stick again. It's my left thumb. Wake up, thumb. All right, let's do 130 now. I hope anybody who's watching this live or after the fact on YouTube, when I put the timestamps in, I hope you're all having a great day so far. After this stream, I'm going to do some Elden Ring, and then some video edits and recording. Busy day, doing stuff I enjoy. Very grateful for that. It's a privilege to be able to do this kind of work. And I am forever grateful for it. That was, wait, 130 or 135? 130. Okay, now we're 135. Click. I keep doing that. That's funny. Stop it, Jared. test something? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. All right, 140, and then I'm going to stretch and massage, and then I'll play even faster just to chop out for funsies. And then I'll get into the Flam accent crossovers. One of those days. All right, we're going to stretch and massage. So first thing that I like to do, I always start my stretches off this way. My first drum teacher, Kyle, taught me this. Thank you, Kyle. So you pull in, you go under, you follow through. Oh, yeah. This is a good stretch. Don't want to make it like a jerking motion. Just want to go into this nice and smooth. And then we go back out. Okay, if you're doing traditional grip, you can go this way and hold, can go this way and hold, but considering this is a tenor technique stream, I don't know how many people are doing traditional. Okay, next I want to stretch the tendons, so you can do it this way, one at a time. You can do it like this, you can do it on the wall. I'm just going to go ahead and do it on the wall. Hi, Minnie. Oh, you got your toy? Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to stretch the top side. So again, you can do one at a time. You can do them both on your pad. You can do it on the wall. The higher you go, the deeper your stretch. For the other one, the lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Don't put all your weight on this. You don't want to tear anything. Okay. Now we're going to stretch fingers. Stretchy, stretch. My dog Minnie is standing on top of her 2-story dog bed, and she kind of looks indecisive. It's like she's unsure what she wants to do next. Do I want to take a nap? Do I want to run around the house? Do I want to play with my toys? Do I want to sleep under the dog bed? I love that dog. Okay. Okay, bye, Minnie. All right, so we've stretched. Now I'm going to massage. So I'm doing the thumb on top and the fingers underneath. Getting everything nice and relaxed. My thumb has been pretty relaxed so far this stream, considering it's jumped off the stick a couple of times. It's like it fell asleep. All right, switching arms. And now hands. Thumb is rough. It's like callus building up there. I wonder why. Okay, now I'm going to I'm going to massage each one of the fingers, starting from the base, working to the tip, and at least 2 times. Each finger is going to be different every single day. How many you should do? Oops, forgot to massage the palm. On the other hand. Okay. And then after I do this little stretch and massage routine that I do every single time I practice, every single stream, and sometimes multiple times throughout the day, depending on how much I'm drumming, I like to do a little chop out at the end. So I'm going to go back to here. And we last played this at 140, so let's go 145. I'm going to intentionally find my breaking point. Why? I think it's fun. Pushes your hands to play a little bit faster, your brain to think a little bit faster. Something I do every time. Alrighty. I'm thinking 155 is probably going to be my breaking point this morning. Stay tuned, folks. We'll find out as I continue to publicly practice. Oh, she's on high alert. I think she sees a cat. My taps are a little high. I should lower them. All right, 155. We'll see if I crash and burn. Get my fire extinguisher out in case my arm spontaneously combust. Okay, not bad. Honestly, let's try 165. This might be the breaking point. Better than I thought it was going to be, honestly. My arms are definitely getting tired. This is definitely going to be the breaking point. But it'll be fun. Whee! It's interesting that the Flam taps were really slow. All right. Oh, I don't like this. This mouse doesn't have a back button on the thumb. All right, we got the fancy gaming mouse out. Cool. Okay, so what I was just playing through was found here on my website, jaredleary.com, and just go to /drum, and that's how you can get to the 1,200 hours of free drumming content. If you want to check out the computer science content, it's organized neatly. The gaming content, also organized neatly. Tons of free stuff on here. Keep you busy for a while. I am going to work on tenors now. Now that I'm warmed up. That there. Get my tenor sticks out. If you're ever curious what kind of sticks and hardware I'm using, if you go all the way down to the bottom of the page and click on gear I use, you can find all that stuff under here. So take a look. All right, I'm going to do a grid variation, and this grid variation is going to be diddle after an accent. And I'm going to do it all on one hand. Diddle before, diddle after. There we go. All right. Kind of narrate through it while it does it. So I'm going to do this all on one hand. This is basically what your hand would do in a Flam accent pattern. So I'm going to specifically do it with crossovers. So that all of the, accents are on drum 4. And all the taps are on drum 2. Okay, now I'm going to do it so that it's the left hand's going to cross over, and I'll just do the opposite of this. I'm just going to change every time, whether it's stick over stick or wrist over wrist. I'm so afraid of hitting the mic right now. I think I'll be okay. Okay. Accents were a little choked off there, but I was afraid of hitting this thing, so let's adjust it. Is this any better? Stay tuned, we'll find out. If you hear a loud pop when I hit it, my apologies in advance. All right, so now we're going to go into the description, and we're going to jump up by 10s and continue to work on this. Okay, this time I'm going to do wrist over wrist. So instead of stick over stick, where it's like this, it's going to be wrist going over to wrist. So I'm going to have everything on drum 1 for the taps and all the accents on drum 4. Late. Oops. I was thinking about what I wanted to say next. Screwed me up. All right, so now we're going to switch it so it's on drum 2 for all the taps and accents over here. And left hand. That sound, by the way, is my ring hitting it. The stick. Okay. Now we go up to 60 and then 61. It's very like Catholic priesty. We present to you our drum god. Ah, early. Late. Back to stick over stick. Yep. Other side. Why is the mouse moving? That's why. I was like trying to adjust it, but it's like slightly underneath the table. Well, there we go. Hopefully it won't do it now. All right, cool. Let's go up to 70. I'm going to be demonstrating multiple ways to work on this today. This is just the first of 3. And then I'm going to chop out. All right. Wrist over wrist. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get some water. I just thought of an interesting idea. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. You'll see that in the coming weeks. What is it going to be? Oh, you'll find out. All right. 80. Now we're going back to stick over stick. And that's where I want to get to for today with these. So this is really, like, think of it as double time. So this is actually at 160. Because what you're playing here is the... is just the right hand variation or the left hand variation while doing 160 crossovers. Ew, with the stick clicks. Okay, so that's one way that you can work on this, is isolating it out. Now I want to show you another way that you can actually practice flam accents. And so the other way is going to use slow, fast, slow. So on this one, you start off slow, you get all the way up to whatever your fast tempo is. In this case, I'm going to make it 160, and then it goes back down. So I'm going to go into the timestamps, and I want to do 40 to 160 to 40, which is right here. And it's going to take me a little over 11 minutes just to get through that. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to be changing stick over stick, wrist over wrist, crossovers, all of the above, just to kind of get a feel for how things are going. And I'm going to be changing the different drums. This feels so slow. Wife. Oh, wow. So you can do any kind of flam accents here on any drum, ideally with crossovers, if that's what you're working on. And you're just doing this, just kind of get a sense of how the different crossover variations are going. So I want to make sure that the hand that's underneath is not moving much. I don't want it to go like way out of the way when I do the crossover like that. Oops, not paying attention to the metronome. So I want to isolate out the hands. Ugh, talking really messes me up. So that they are moving independently of each other. It's the hand that's doing the crossover that's just making sure it's out of the way. Do some wrist over wrist. And if you're just joining in, this can be found on my website, which is linked at the top of the screen and also at the bottom. Just add /drum to get to the drumming content. It's a good tool for practicing a rudiment, a drum groove, a phrase, whatever. Too heavy on the accents. I'm trying to relax them. Nice relaxed technique, as you can see. I'm always worried that it's gonna like fly into my monitor and break it, or that like I do this on a treadmill as well. Like I have a tenor pad across the arms of the treadmill, so that way I can walk or march while I drum. and there's a window next to it. I'm always afraid that, like, if I hit my stick like that, it's gonna go flying into the window and break it. So I have to close the curtains, just so it gives us some padding in case it does do that, because it has a couple of times. Interesting. Okay, so once it gets to 160, it's going to hold there for 4 measures, or for 16 counts, and then it goes back down to whatever your starting tempo was, which I guess on this one is always 40. Now it holds here. Now slower, 1 click at a time. This is why it takes 11 minutes. A little hard to hear this. Need to turn up my volume. Can't do that right now, though. So this is a way to work on flam accents without doing the same tedious thing over and over. So if you just sit here and work on any kind of flam accent, whether it's stick over stick or wrist over wrist, while you're working on this slow, fast, slow tool that's on my website, it just makes it so that you can have some fun and test out different variations of like a rudiment or whatever it is while you're working on different crossovers or on drum kit or on anything really. Little hiccupy here. Notice my right hand is moving a lot underneath. So I'm trying to address that. You'll notice that I'll sometimes just move around quickly between different patterns, and if they sound fine, I'll move on, but if they're like, ugh, there's something I'm working on, then I'll just sit with it for a little bit. This is a good exercise to do that with, a good practice tool. So once it gets down to 40, then it stops. And then you can go to a different version. I think it goes up to a couple hundred beats per minute. Talking, I'm screwing up the tempo. Let's do it for funsies. Oh, crossovers. Throw back to Cadets 2000. Okay, let's get some water. Yeah. All right, that was the second way you can do this. Using some of the free exercises, 1,200 hours on my website. Again, all free. Okay, now what I'm going to demonstrate is how you can do this with a stock shopping spree. So basically, I'm going to combine what I was just doing with what I was doing earlier. And so I'm going to do stock shopping spree, and I'm going to change each line to like a different type of crossover. And yeah, we'll just start at 40. Then we'll speed up. So after you get the Flam accents down, cool. Now try it with different, with different rudiments. Switching crossover type. Hiccup. Oops. I did cheese inverts. That's this line, Jared. Come on. Speed her up. No, I hit the back button. I wanted that back button, and now I'm regretting it. Much regret. All right, we're going to do 50. This time we're going to start with the left hand doing the crossover, so that way it's changing every single time I'm doing it. Rather than making it so that you play the same way every single rudiment. And we'll switch sides. Oops. What am I doing? You're playing the drums, Jared. Oh, okay, good to know. These chut and inverts and the cheese variations are going to give me a hard time here in a bit as we speed this up. That one's going to be a beast, too. Okay, now let's go to 60. Okay, now we're going to start again with a right hand crossover. So, opposite of what we were just doing. Whoops. You could also change it every rudiment to something different. Or just make it up as you go. Which was one of the things that I do with the tenor lines that I worked with. And it would make it so that they would think of the rhythm and not the crossovers or the whatever sweeps, so that way we could refine the rhythms and then put it back in context, like for show music or something. So I highly recommend that. All right, 70. Going back to the other side. Perfect. Just what I wanted. These last couple of lines, I don't know how fast I'll be able to go with them. Stay tuned, folks. We'll find out. All right. Ew. Alrighty. Yep, that last line. It's gonna be a beast. That was 80. Yes, 90. 90, 90, 90. My dog's cute. Alrighty. We're in triple digits, folks. Wow. I'm sticking with this one for a minute. Okay, now I'm going to go the opposite side and just do all left-hand crossovers. Just kind of assessing. Ugh, definitely my breaking point. Now I'm just going to make it up. Yeah, so making up a variation, like with crossovers, splits, whatever, is a fun way to just focus on just experimenting and focusing on the rhythm and applying it in new contexts and whatnot. Highly recommend doing it. So you could do it as like all on one drum, as written, whatever the split is, and then improvise. And all three of those are great ways to improve your abilities. So that's 3 ways to work on like Flam accents. So the first one that I demonstrated was using the grid variations, where it's a diddle after the accent, and you just do that all in one hand, and you do the crossover, and so that it's all just one hand playing the entire time, and then you switch to the other hand playing the entire time. That's basically what you would be doing for the Flam accent pattern with that. The next thing that I worked on was using the tool, the slow, fast, slow tool that is right here. And so that was starting slow, working up fast, and just working on different crossover types. And then the last thing that I worked on was applying this in context. So in this instance, I did it with a stock shopping spree, just so I could get all the different hybrid rudiments in there and just to kind of assess how is this going, what do I need to work on for next time. So whenever I go into these practice sessions, or these streams rather, I intentionally am thinking of like what I'm going to do beforehand. And sometimes you get a little like deviation where you're like, let's head in this new direction. But generally speaking, follow what I plan because that's what I want to work on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop out. So I'm going to put these sticks away. and get my heavy sticks out. And because I was already doing like the shopping spree, I'm not going to do a shopping spree today like I normally would do. I'm going to do a grid variation. And it was the chut cheeses that were kind of giving me a hard time. So I'm going to do, I like the chut cheese on 1. This one's a fun one. Oh, 155, eh? Yeah, we'll see about that. Let's start at 130. See if my hands can get used to these heavy sticks right quick. Alrighty. Let's speed her up. I'm going to go 5 at a time. And I'm intentionally just trying to find my breaking point. I like to have fun at the end of my practice streams because I want to make sure that I don't just grind the entire time. I want to look forward to playing. So my last memory is going to be this. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I had fun with that. All right. Let's go up 5 again. 140. There. So it seemed like 155 was the breaking point last time. Oops. That was mental. And my hands are definitely tired. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to 155 or even 150. Let's find out, shall we? And then after this, close out the stream. And then set up for Elden Ring. Ugh, my left hand. It's so slow today. That's alright. Every day's different. So thirsty this morning. Okay, now let's go to 150. And... That was the breaking point from my left. 155 ain't happening. Not today, at least. Yeah, so if you want to be able to play along to any of these things that I've demonstrated, again, jaredoleary.com/drum, or just go to my website and then go right up here. 1,200 hours of free drumming content, new play along every single day. I forget what today's was, but it's something. Look at all that content. Tons of it. And then if you're into computer science education stuff, there's a ton of stuff on here. There's a bunch of gaming stuff. I create a lot of content. I'm fortunate enough to be able to do this for my gig. But cool. All right. I'm going to tear this down. I'm going to get set up for Elden Ring. And I'm going to do that for a little over an hour and a half or so. So stay tuned for the next stream in about 10 or 15 minutes. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day whenever you're watching this. And yeah, I will talk to you another time. Goodbye.